Someone told me that German people started appreciating my work. Well, I'm very happy also because I work for a German brand, which I cannot say which is, but it has 3 stripes. Okay? You know. Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Sacha and this one is my channel. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello. Today I'm not going to do a review, I'm going to do a kind of tutorial for net tobaccos beginners, people that want to start vaping net tobaccos and don't know where to begin. So what are net tobaccos? Naturally extracted tobaccos. That means they are not synthetic tobaccos, but just the real thing. So e-liquids that are made from real tobacco leaves. So first thing you have to know is that there are 2 kinds of net tobaccos, the extracted and the macerated. I'm not going in deep on the 2 process of production because it's too complicated and probably you are not interested to. Just let me say that extracted ones need a very steeping period. That means a couple of days, maybe 1 week, not more than 1 week, and they are already okay. Basically, they are mix and vape. Then if you wanna let them steep some days, it's okay, but they are ready to go. And this is the good side of extracted tobaccos. On the negative side, they tend to lose flavor with time. So if you vape a 1-year-old extracted net tobaccos, it's not as good as it's been in the first month, for example. So my suggestion is, if you wanna go with extracted tobaccos, just don't do 100 milliliters or 60 milliliters, maybe do 30 milliliters batches, so that you can vape them in a short period of time and they always will be okay. Then we got the macerated ones. Those are very good with time, so they need a longer steeping period. I think that sometimes it's good to let them steep for a month or so. Some of them needs almost 3 months of steeping for reaching its best. So my suggestion is to do large batches of your favorite macerated tobaccos so that you don't have to wait for a long time for too many times. If you find a good one, just do 300 milliliters and let them steep, and they will be excellent after 1 year or 2 years. I got some net tobaccos that are 3 years old and they get better and better with time, just like wine. Now let's go a little bit in deep with the kind of tobaccos that you can find in the vape e-liquids. There are hundreds of net tobaccos in the market, but there are I think 5 main kinds of tobacco e-liquids. The first one I want to mention is the Virginia. Virginia is one of the most popular tobaccos in the world. It's low in nicotine and high in sugar, so it's the best for beginners because it doesn't have a particular, a very weird or strange taste for you. Also because it's used for producing cigarettes, so maybe you are already might know this kind of flavor. So which one I recommend you? The Black Note Prelude. It's a simple plain Virginia, and in my opinion it's very good to start, and I also vape it sometimes and it's very good. Then we got the other most common tobacco, which is the barley. Barley, it's not very sweet, there's a high level of nicotine in the leaf, and it has a soft, almost nutty taste. It's not pungent at all. So this is another good one to start with. I recommend you using the barley from Vaporificio, which is a good one. This is a DIY version. You got to mix it with 90 ml of base, VGPG. I recommend you using 50-50 VGPG for all net tobaccos. Another good one to start with is the Black Cavendish. Black Cavendish is not a variety of tobacco, but is a process of curing the tobaccos. They steam the leaves so the pore will open, and then they put some flavor, usually honey, molasses, or vanilla, and they press it so that they start to ferment. Usually the Black Cavendish curing is made with Virginia tobacco, barley, or Kentucky. We'll go to Kentucky in a minute. So the Black Cavendish is sweet because there's a high sugar content, and it will be interesting to start with too. I strongly recommend the Black Cavendish from Claymore Vape, which in my opinion is one of the best in the market. Then we got the Kentucky, which is very popular among vapors. Kentucky, it's not really a variety of tobacco, but it's basically a barley with a fire curing method. So it has a smoky taste. It's like a barley with a smoky taste. This kind of tobacco is often used with pipes, so it might not be very familiar for you if you just smoked cigarettes in your life. So it might not be the best option to start with. This one from Tabacchificio 3.0 is simply named Kentucky. It's a very good one, and I strongly suggest you for learning what Kentucky is in the vaping world. Then we got the Perique, which is a kind of barley. It's a red barley, and it's cultivated just in a small part of the Louisiana, so that it's very rare and it's pricey as a tobacco. But it's not just a barley, it has a particular process and gives it a very pungent taste. Usually in the pipe world is never smoked by itself. Is always used in a small percentage of a mixture, like 5% of a mixture. This one too is not the best to start with net tobaccos, but I want to mention it because it's one of the main net tobaccos you can find in our fantastic world, vaping. And I'm still gonna mention the Perique from Claymore Vape, which is fantastic, and it gives you a good idea of what Perique is. If you start with Perique, you probably will not have a good, precise idea of what net tobaccos are. Then we got the Oriental tobaccos, which is not one but many varieties, which are cultivated mainly in Cyprus, in Syria, and in Turkey. That area. There are a lot of them, but you'll not find the names very often in the vaping world. They are just Oriental. Same thing for Cuban cigars tobaccos. The main ones are Piloto, Criollo, and some others, but you will not find the name. You will find just Cuban tobacco. And this one, it's a very good one for start too. I suggest you the Esplendidos from Azad Hyperion collection and the Cigar Club 13.5, which is our aromatized, but just a hint. And then we got the last one, the Latakia, which is very famous in the vaping world. This is a part of Oriental tobaccos, but it's always named by itself. You will find a lot of Latakia e-liquids because it's very particular, it's very strong, it has a strong smell of incense and some kind of leather smell. My favorite one is the Scirocco from the Vaping Gentleman Club, and even if it's not the first one you have to start with, it's one that, yes, you have to try it one time on another. Okay, these are the basic ones. Then you'll find some mixtures. You'll find some Oriental with barley and just a hint of Latakia. For example, you'll find the Balkan mixtures, English mixtures, just as in the pipe world. But I strongly recommend you to start with these basic tobaccos so that you know that when you will vape an English mixtures, you will be able to recognize the different tobaccos inside of it. Then we get the aromatized net tobaccos, which are single or mixtures with everything. There is everything, literally. You can find Latakia with licorice, you can find Kentucky with fruits. I did a net tobaccos, which is the Sacha, which is this one, and it's Kentucky with fruits, for example. So, my suggestion is start with single net tobaccos. Start with Virginia, start with barley, then move to Kentucky, then move to Latakia and Perique. And if you want, put a black Cavendish too. After that, let's try mixtures. English mixture, Balkan mixture, 759 Sobranie mixture is very important. And then I think you're ready to try net aromatized tobaccos. I hope this video will be helpful for some people that wants to approach net tobaccos. If you found it interesting, please leave a comment below, and please let me know if you want another video about net tobaccos. Maybe we'll go a little bit in deep with some aspects, and if you want synthetic tobaccos, it's okay as long as you stay away from coffin nails. Ciao!